Inside PressBox is presented by Friedmont Mortgage. Don't make a 30-year mistake by choosing the wrong lender. Go to Friedmont.com now for all of your mortgage needs.
Mid-season that this was going to be the Tigers' last baseball season, head coach Mike Gottlieb kept his eye on the prize, bringing Towson baseball a CAA championship. Welcome back to Inside PressBox. I'm Mark Zinno filling in for Stan Charles. Joining me now, head coach of that Towson baseball team, Mike Gottlieb. Mike, welcome. How are you? Congratulations on a fantastic season.
Thank you very much.
Now, roller coaster would be an understatement. You get this news in the middle of trying to run a season and win baseball games that essentially your program is done. It's dead in the water. What was the initial reaction to that?
It was like a funeral. You know, I think back to when I'm told, this person died that I knew well, that person, I had the same feeling in my stomach.
How did the kids react?
When I first talked to them in the locker room, about 10, 15 minutes after they were told, and I really didn't have any words of wisdom. I was kind of speechless, and they were speechless. It was just like you're in a funeral home. You just didn't know what to say. I wasn't smart enough to have some words of wisdom, and they were stunned. Stunned was a good way to describe how they were.
So you got to go out and continue to play, and then all of a sudden the news breaks, and you seem to get this outpouring of support, not only from alums, but just people locally, that Towson baseball is part of what, they take their kids to and how you grow up. And how did that show of support make you guys feel?
Made us feel great. I mean, there are people I'd never met before that were fully supportive of us, tried behind the scenes to make things work. It made you realize how important the program might be to people you didn't even know and whose paths you never crossed.
So the players kind of take their stance. They were covering up the logo with black tape, which I thought was a great, show of solidarity. And the story continues to go on. And then, lo and behold, swoop in and a save is made, and the program gets revived. You get the funding necessary, and you're back in business. And you go from the down to the up. What was that like?
Well, it was saved on April 1st. And so I get these texts, is this an April Fool's joke? Which is understandable. And I said, no, this is real, and I'll get you more details when I know a few more things. And from that point on, I think the kids were pretty focused. And now, I can't tell you we knew we were going to finish this way. That would be an overstatement. But the kids played good baseball the second half of the year, beat some good teams, and we had confidence going into our tournament.
Mike, they always talk about with championship teams how they're teams of destiny and how, that you can feel it and the players can feel it. Did you get a sense that any of that was forming?
No. I'd like to add to the Hollywood script and say I did, but I didn't. The first time I really felt something to that effect was after we beat North Carolina Wilmington in our tournament. After we beat them, we had 2 games to go, and at which point I figured, well, we'll figure out how to do it, but we're going to wind up doing it.
So you end up winning the CAA tournament, and you get your NCAA bid. At any point in time, do you stop to look back and say, where were we 2 months ago?
Yeah, because people wouldn't let you forget it. The questions were always thrown in your face about that, and it was almost like a million years ago in terms of time, even though it was only a couple months ago. But with all the territory we'd covered up and down, it just seemed forever.
So you were on death row essentially, then you end up revived, win the CAA tournament, and win an NCAA tournament game.
Yeah, we played well against Florida Atlantic that first game. We really, all aspects of the game, we played well. Lost a tough one to North Carolina, fell behind early, made a run late. Probably a hit away from really putting some pressure on them.
So when you look back at this season, what's going to stand out the most to you?
Winning a conference championship. We hadn't done that in 22 years. I wasn't sure if that was beyond us at this point, and who knows how many more years I'll be coaching. So you just never sure you'll get there again, and we were fortunate enough to do it again.
This senior class, this group of young men who were playing for you, special memories about them?
during ball games, especially conference games, there was a lot of electricity in the dugout. I mean, there was nobody sitting around. It wasn't quiet. It was intense. And I think in virtually every conference game, if we were down, they believe they can come from behind and win, especially at home. You know, once we got it rolling, we had a lot of confidence playing at home.
Well, as you said, it couldn't have been more of a Disney storybook type ending for the Towson Tigers, but it's not an ending. It's continuing. They will live on. Congratulations. Good luck in the future, and I know you'll do Towson baseball proud.
Thank you very much, Mark.
When we come back, we'll go back out to Old Hilltop and wrap things up with our photo of the week. Don't go away. Play 5-card cash from the Maryland Lottery and you could really hit it big. Become the contestant of the game or win other great Orioles prizes. Go to mdlottery.com/Orioles for details.